Hey, so there's a couple things I'm going to do in the video. Hi. Couple updates real quick. I booked Sturgis 2021. I put new pipes on my CVO, and we're about to do something stupid YouTube challenge-ish. Give me a minute. Not an intentional challenge thing, and we're just doing it anyway, so that'll be fun to film. I got the super crazy hot spicy noodles off Amazon, the 2X spicy it's called. I love spicy stuff. My wife doesn't, but she's gonna do it, so we'll see how that goes. Just for fun. There they are.
Yeah.
So I've had these before. They're insanely hot. My darling bride does not like spicy stuff, but she's gonna eat them.
Yep.
For a cheap thrill. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let me make this. We'll be back. First, let's just see what they look like. Look at her with water. You already got water. Come on. So that's what they look like. And let's see the box. So you can see these are not like, you don't buy these at the grocery store. I've had them in Hong Kong or Tokyo. I don't remember, but
wait.
it's legit.
Wait. Whoa.
Oh, there you go. Go all in. There you go. Ready? Hit it. Chew.
You can't spit it out. that was hilarious.
You okay?
I will eat that.
You went straight to water, like chew up, swallow straight to water.
That's terrible.
I am going
Is it?
to.
Huh. I'll give it a shot. So, I love these. They're really good. I don't know that many bites in. Head sweating, but clears you out. It's good. It's much worse later. There you have it. Anyway, back to you in a bit. We'll talk about pipes and Sturgis bookings, but yeah, I haven't done that in a while. All right, hope you enjoyed that bit of stupidity there. Where I left off. Oh, I said we're gonna talk about what pipes and Sturgis. So I changed the mufflers on my bike. So to make a short story very long, I had put S&S Mark 45s, the MK 45s, on my bike at the rally in 19. Yeah, there they are. They're filthy and crap because my bike's always dirty because we put on a decent amount of miles, and down in South Florida, you're always going to get caught in the rain, especially when you're a part of the organization of which I cannot mention, endorse, speak on the behalf of, etc. So my bike's always dirty. But those Mark 45s are a 4.5-inch muffler, and they're really expensive because they have a really high-end, like machined tip on them. Just the tip. Just the tip's high-end. Never mind. All right. I'll show you these damn things. So, you can see that there is a machined, nice piece. You can change them out. They have black and chrome and everything else. This is called the Chrome Tracer. But the pipes are like $750, something like that. So they're a pretty expensive muffler. And they sound good. I'm not knocking at all. It's a real deep sound. So deep. Sorry, I'm a child. So just the tip and really deep. So they have very little crack. I can't describe. If you find them online, you'd hear what I'm talking about. There's no crack edge to it. It's just a very deep, kind of open sound. And I like them. Don't get me wrong. But in short, coming home in 19, I flew in and out, and my father has used our 18-inch enclosed Vinos to get my bike, my buddy Joe's bike, and his trike home. And on the way home, his trike danced forward a little bit, and his right brake rotor made contact with my exhaust tips. So both of those pipes have little gouges on the edge in 2 spots, on one spot per pipe. And I just didn't want to leave them like that. They're not like effed up. They're not completely destroyed. They just have a little chip on the corner and 2 different spots. Anyway, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and replace those tips because you can change them out. So S&S wants $175 per tip. So $350 to put new tips on it, on those mufflers. And I was already just sort of like 80% satisfied with them. So I was just screwing around. And on Black Friday on Fuel Moto, great vendor, by the way. Fuel Moto is a place up in Wisconsin or Minnesota, someplace where it's friggin' cold. They do really good engine builds and parts and whatnot. So they make some of their own that are really good. As a matter of fact, my head pipe on my bike is the Fuel Moto Jackpot, which is a really good aftermarket head pipe that uses the stock shields, stock chrome shields, and uses the stock crossover pipe. So it ends up being a lot cheaper. I think that head pipe's only like $450 or something, which is fairly cheap for a decent head pipe. Anyway, there was a discount code to this, that, and the other, and I got new mufflers entirely. So what I went with was the S&S still, because I'm brand loyal and obsessed since I grew up. As a kid, all hot bikes that were loud and cool had S&S intakes and pipes and S&S motor work, and they were kind of the thing in the 80s and still are today. But I mean, like, so it's just burned in my brain that S&S is cool. So I got the new GNX. It's a chrome pipe with a black tip. A couple of years ago for the twin cam, they came out with the Grand National, which is a 4-inch pipe that sounds pretty good. The GNX is the Grand National Extreme. It's for the Milwaukee 8 motors, and they claim that it's tuned to sort of make a really good idle sound out of a Milwaukee 8. And the Milwaukee 8 motor idles a little lower than a twin cam. Like my Heritage over there, when she's good and warm, is still close to 1,000 RPMs at idle, and it's just it doesn't sound as good. It doesn't potato like a Harley should. The Milwaukee 8 does. It's more like 850-ish, so you can get a good, nice idle sound. So these GNX are supposed to be tuned to make that sound best. So anyway, those mufflers, by the time they were on sale, plus this coupon code thing I paid like $500 for them. So in short, I basically would have paid, only $150 less just for new tips, and I got all new pipes for $500. So I was really excited, and shipped. So those are on now. Painless install. So that was done momentarily. The Mark 45s came off a lot easier. Those of you who have like put mufflers on your bike and then decide you want to change them, realize those sumbitches become a permanent part of your bike, and mine came off easily. So I was pretty happy they slid off. So we'll go ahead and start it up. You want to look at me? You want to look at the motorcycle? There you go. So that's that. So I did 3 little, like, cold, and then when she's running rich cycle, and then shut up, and then idle. I hate that chirp thing. If someone knows how to make that stop do that, irritates the shit out of me. Anyway, so yeah, those are the GNX 4.5s. They do have a better sort of sharper edge on the idle for sure, so it's not BS. My bike, again, for the billionth time, in case you're curious about, mine doesn't sound like that. Anyway, I mean, if you put these pipes on. So mine is a CVO bike, so it has a 117 motor in it, but it is the stock jugs and stuff. The no high compression pistons or anything. As I understand it, a stock CVO motor is basically just bigger jugs. They're not high compression pistons or anything. There's a little bit of a cam in it from the factory, but it's a horsepower cam, so it does not, and not even a very good one. It's not even the one you buy. Like, it's something else entirely. So whatnot. So my bike is a stock 117 jugs and pistons, a 475C SNS cam, still running the chain drive because when I did mine, I think the bike had 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it, and I don't know. I was just paranoid about the run out. If the the crank is not perfect, you don't want to convert something to gear drive on a motor that's already kind of broken in. Is what I was told. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. But if the motor's already broken in, the crank, might have not perfectly true run out by that point, and so converting it to gear drive, it might rebel, as we used to say, if you put the wrong tire on either axle. Anyway, so I left it chain drive under the dealer's recommendation, upgraded the oil pump and whatnot to the new 2020 version, which, according to my dude, who I trust, the 2020 Harley oil pump's about as good as anything you can get aftermarket. It's covered under warranty, so why pay? So stock cam plate and oil pump, but a 475C cam. Head pipe is, again, the Fuel Moto Jackpot. Not stainless, just the regular one. And mufflers are GNX 45. So that's what my deal is. All right. Those are with the decibel reducers in, by the way. These mufflers from SNS, they have a removable decibel reducer. Try saying that. On the Mark 45s, it doesn't change the tone. It just makes them a little louder. And on the GNX, same story. When I first put them on, I didn't have the decibel reducers in. They come not installed, which I think is cool. Out of the box, they're not in there. So it's not like you have to take them out. They're already not in there. And I ran it without. It sounded great. But here's the issue in my experience. My bike needs back pressure. It really does. And a 4.5-inch pipe, it's just a big ass muffler with a bit of a baffle in there, but it's still a big pipe, no back pressure, and mine just needs it. It's just my experience. I've never encountered a bike that not only goes down on power, but even just off the line is not happy without some back pressure. So I did end up putting my decibel reducers in those GNX mufflers. It is quite a bit louder with them out, but again, my bike doesn't run right, and it just comes down to it. I want my shit to run right first, loud second, and it still sounds pretty good. Last thing, I am booked for Sturgis 2021. Not because of the pricing on the admission, which, Jesus, everyone on their mothers. Anyway, I hate people. Anyway, so my fears that they were going to run out of big RV spots. I'm bringing my toy hauler up this year. I'm going to leave here. I live in Palm Beach, Florida, down in not all the way down, about an hour north of Lauderdale, about an hour and 20 north of Miami. And it's about 2,300 miles each way from my house to Sturgis, and I do it alone. So I do 3 800-mile days with my rig. I have a 36-foot toy hauler travel trailer, and I will be bringing my bike, my wife's bike, and my golf cart, the Doom Buggy, as we call it, and staying at the Chip this year. I stayed at Glencoe last year, and it was a lot of fun, you know, for partying and whatnot, even in a pandemic year. So much fun. I came home with COVID. It's a story for a previous video. Go ahead and take a look at that if you want to. I don't know if I got it there, so I'm not talking smack. Just came home and had COVID. It is what it is. Survived it. Wife survived it. Whatnot. It sucks, and I don't wish it on anyone, but it is what it is. Even being careful. I did sanitize my hands everywhere I went, wore a mask a lot, you know, all that stuff, and basically stayed away from people because, as I mentioned, I don't like people. So I wasn't around them much and still somehow got that shit. Anyway, this year I chose the chip because it was easier to not say the chip last year because there were no good concerts. You know, like concerts kind of, everyone bailed, all the acts bailed. ZZ Top bailed and everything. So I just didn't care. So I stayed at Glencoe to party hard, and some friends of mine, Bull and Jess, that went with me, they wanted to stay up late and party naked. So we did that. They did. No one needs to see this. Anyway, so it was a good time, but I want to go back to the chip. I'm booked now because they only had like one listing for a big motor coach sized RV spot. I like space, so even though my rig's 36 feet, my truck's probably another 18, I'm guessing. You know, I could get by with a regular 30 amp RV spot, but I wanted tons of space, so I actually bought a 20 foot wide by 80 foot long premium motor coach space. Paid $900 for it, but no one will be around me. You know, I had plenty of space for myself, my rig, my bikes, my golf cart, and then I've got, again, Bull and Jess, and anyone else who wants to come. If they're tenting, they can throw their tent on mine, because that way, you know, Bull and Jess, for example, can use the outlet on my rig, so they have electricity and all that shit. So that's the story. So I am good to go. I'll be leaving here quite a bit before the rally, because I'll leave on like a Friday, do again Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 800-mile days, and then get to the I did the extended, the super long pass, whatever the longest one is, the early bird. So I'll get there on like a Monday, like a week before the rally starts, the first day you're allowed in, and I'll work. I'll actually work for a few days, because anywhere I have internet, you know, I can work. So I'll do that for a few days from there before I actually start my PTO. So where are you staying? What you doing? Where are you going? I know that they announced that Kid Rock is opening that the rally, the first night of the official rally. I guess it's Friday the whatever. I could take it or leave it. It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just shit. It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just that you see the dude, and I've seen him at the chip before, and it's just a big political rally, and I just don't need that crap. I don't care my opinion versus your opinion. I just don't want anyone's opinion. Anyway, as a matter of fact, when we saw him last time, there were even people yelling from the crowd, just shut up and sing. So, anyway, it'll be good. But that's it. Let me know your thoughts, where you stand. Are you going? I think everyone's going to. The vaccine is out. I saw that, like, for Cali people, I saw like 650,000 doses are being delivered today, tomorrow, something like that. Everyone should be healthy and able to go this year, hopefully, right? By August, that's the theory. So, again, good luck to you out there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell me I'm stupid, which several have done that, so thank you. And then we'll see what's going on. See ya. Bye.